Number one level of power is called the Exousia. Exousia. It is literally the delegated authority. In other words, it is authority conferred on a man, conferred on a place. For example, it is standing on the behalf of a custodian of power. When I say you have Exousia, it means you may not necessarily have power, but the powerful has given you his authority to operate in a jurisdiction. So when the believers operate under Exousia, they in themselves don't have power, but now the owner of power gives them an affiliation and says, you become an extension of my dimension over this territory. So by Exousia, you become God's extension over a realm. So Exousia is what your parents have. It is not necessarily strength, it is authority. Authority is not strength. Authority means to be in a position where you can pass command on the behalf of another. For example, you see wrestlers, very muscular, and sometimes the referee in the wrestling field is not even a muscle builder, but he is able to blow and say stop the match. A man who is not as powerful in terms of physical strength and muscle structure, his anthropology and morphology does not in any way match up to their own, yet if he says end the match ends, because it has been given to him by delegation. The superior office has put that man who does not look muscular to determine what happens to the muscular. So it is called Exousia. And so when you understand the mystery of Exousia, you don't respect men because they are more powerful or you are less powerful. You respect them by the office they enter. Honor your father and mother, whether they are drunkards or they are good people, it doesn't matter. By being your father and your mother, there is an established Exousia they function by, and they can curse you with that Exousia, whether they know God or not. Being a father does not care about your spirituality. It's an office that has a touch of a power called Exousia. So you can be more spiritual than the man that gave birth to you, but he has a delegated authority. Same thing like a man who wears his uniform and stands as a traffic police. He may not have a car, but he tells men that have cars where to drive, where to go. He can tell a man that has a 50 million car to stand here, and the man has to stand. The man stopping the guy that has a big car may not have a car, but he has a delegated authority. When you understand this, you realize you may not have been born the same day with Lucifer, but if you tell him stand here by the authority given to you by Jesus, he has no other option, because you are the one that's been given the officer's uniform to determine the extent to which the devil can operate. So the Exousia is standing on the behalf of a custodian of power. It becomes very difficult to begin to ask and investigate the football historic of a referee. Most people don't even care to ask, does this referee know how to play ball? How does he operate? How does he perform in a real match? Nobody cares to know if the referee has ever been a football star. But he's a referee. He may not even know the dynamics of football. He's not even very popular yet. A referee can sanction the most famous footballer in the world. If he goes against the football penal code, a referee who is not even popular can sanction a popular man. It's called the mystery of Exousia. Which of you wants to defeat the devil by your knowledge? Well, before you came to consciousness, he has been operating freely for billions of years. Which of you wants to override ancient systems that predate your human existence without a delegated authority? Now, Exousia is like God who puts in 500 billion glory coins to his ATM and said take and withdraw. So when you go to the bank, you are not going with the confidence of the competence of your bank account. You are going by the confidence of the competence and the credibility of the bank account of the one that sent you. So when you stand before certain powers, you are commanding the powers in the name of the one that sent you. David did not confront Goliath by the strength of David or by the tenacity of his age. He said, I have come in the name of the Lord. The first thing he did when he spoke to Saul and gave his resume, he gave the resume based on the flesh. I fought a lion, I fought a bear. But when he saw the size of Goliath, it was more than a lion. He said, if I don't turn this battle to my authority, I may live here like a dead man. He said, you came to me with weapons, but I came in the name. Why? The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it. From that time, the devil cannot see the righteous. The devil sees the name. It's called delegated authority. So you can tell that sickness like a traffic police, stop here.